My name is Sam. I am a third-year UBC student studying sociology, and I have worked one co-op term so far. I landed the summer ambassador position at the Downtown New West Business Improvement Administration. So I did a lot of emailing, a lot of video production, website updates, that kind of thing. I loved it because I got to work with people, but the funny part is I remember looking at the application and saying, I'm not qualified for this. And it was one of my last applications. And I went, you know what? I'm not qualified for this. I'm not going to apply. And then I rethought it and I was like, I need another application, and submitted it. And that's the one I ended up in. So I believe I applied for around 14. They told me to apply for like 2 a week. And so I just listened to that and stuck with it. And I think I got a couple of offers from that, but it was definitely a lot of applying. I think I got either 2 or 3 interviews. I think it was 2. I got interviewed for one kind of early on, and then the company that I ended up working for offered me an interview like right before the end of the search term. I was applying to jobs that I knew I had some skills to perform in. I have a lot of background in social media and marketing and photography, video production, all that kind of stuff. So I took that and said, okay, I know how to do this. How can I serve X, Y, and Z companies? And then I was also encouraged by the program and by other people, like other students in the program, to sort of step outside of my comfort zone. And so I would look at jobs that weren't necessarily what I was good at, but what I wanted to become good at. So there were some things that I wasn't necessarily qualified for, but I applied for anyway, because I was like, you know what, this is where I want to go with my life. I'm going to try it. And it was scary, but I did it. The BIA in particular, I actually didn't know what a BIA was when I applied, and I had to go and Google and do my research, as one does. And when I was speaking to the women on that team, we just had a dynamic that I had never really had in an interview. And I think that partially came from both my excitement about having an interview and working in marketing, and just like a personality alignment. Mm-hmm. We ended up, it was the 2 women that interviewed me, myself, and one other guy from SFU. And so it was just the 4 of us that worked in that office. But we had like this group dynamic that was very fun and easygoing. And so when I did these interviews, I remember thinking, well, these people are easy to talk to. They're really excited. I told them about what I'm good at and what I have experience in, and they were really excited to work with me. So I think in terms of the interviews, I remember just feeling really good about how they went and feeling like I connected with them as people. I remember I got the interview and the offer like right before the search term closed. Mm-hmm. And I remember freaking out because I was doing these interviews and I was finishing up my applications, and I was like, I don't have a place that I see myself like getting into right now. And then once I started talking to the BIA, I loved our dynamic, and I was like, I think this is going somewhere. But yeah, I think I got the offer right before the end of the search term, whenever that was, whether that was March or April. I remember being scared. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get this or do anything, but the consistency in applying, mm-hmm. and checking back with people, checking back on the co-op database, making sure I'm staying on top of everything. I think that on top of taking classes was difficult to balance. But once I got the hang of it, I was like, oh, this is just another thing on my to-do list. It's like taking another class, which is what they told me. But yeah, it was that consistency. And also the hard part was also pushing out of my comfort zone. I was very ready to apply for things that I knew I would be qualified for, but I also recognize that I'm not going to get where I want to go if I don't push a little bit. So I was looking at things that I was curious about, but not necessarily good at per se, and then making myself hit submit. I remember feeling very stressed out, as I think a lot of students do. But I remember feeling like, am I good enough for this? Am I going to get something? I remember I guess it was a lot of anxiety, and sort of incompetence. I was wondering if I was even supposed to like be in co-op and if I was going to get a job. But I also remember feeling like I just needed to trust the process, because I had a level of faith, because other co-op students have said, well, we've succeeded and you might not get an offer until later, so just be patient. I think the job search definitely taught me that consistency is key. Consistency is number one. Doing 2 applications per week for the whole term, only to get a few interviews, was definitely hard for me. But I think it was really important, because if I didn't do it like that, I would have been cramming them all at the end and probably wouldn't have gotten anything. There was a combination of anxiety, excitement, and security from hearing from like older students that had done things, and also having the level of support that co-op provides, because there's the co-op facilitators and the organizers and all the students, and the student advisors, and there's like a whole team of people that want you to succeed.